I wanted to touch base on how to declutter your communications in your life. I know this is something that I personally find very stressful, dealing with all the different strings that I kind of have attached and through my webs of communication, be it phone, email, text, whatever. And I love information technology. I love subscribing to newsletters, and I love reading articles, and I really love being able to send texts and stuff to friends to sort of keep in touch. And also I love phone calls too, for those people that, the friends that I have that we do well on the phone. However, that shit is fucking stressful. I mean, talk about needing to organize shit in your life. Like, inboxes are like the fucking junk piles of technology. It's insane. It's insidious. Really, it can be. So I just wanted to share, in case you can relate, I wanted to share some tools that I use to declutter that stuff and to just kind of simplify all of that, because otherwise we're kind of on all the time and it's just really hard to rest. And for some people that's totally fine, but if you're a pretty sensitive person and you have a hard time already turning off your mind, having an inbox that's like not organized, or having text communication when it's not really compatible for the conversation, blah, 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 can become totally stressful. So, for example, this morning I used Unroll Me, which is an app you may have heard of. It's been around for several years now, and I love it. When you sign up for it, you sign into your email account, and they allow you to either unsubscribe from something, which they take care of it in some shape or form. They allow you to keep your subscription, which means it ends up in your inbox. And they also allow this third option, which was super brilliant, where you can still stay subscribed, but instead of it all coming into your inbox as separate messages, you get one email a week or whatever time of day that works for you. And all the newsletters that you love so much that you still want to read occasionally and see once a week, not every day, will pop up in one email. So it really slims it down, okay? The other piece that I wanted to mention, if you happen to have Gmail, which I do, is using your tabs. If you haven't used your tabs, like, get on that train. It's amazing. The way that I like to organize it is there's the forums tab, which I like to use for any mastermind courses or any kind of group texts and group emails, or courses that I'm taking online, or courses that I'm taking on in person, because to me forums is kind of this community-based whatever, right? So that's the forums tabs. The updates tab I personally like to keep for receipts, for bills, and anything along those lines, where it's a professional interaction with a business, where there's maybe money involved or some kind of record keeping. It goes into updates because I want to know when that shit's coming in. I don't want to miss it, right? Then there's promotion tabs. This is where it gets tricky. For some reason, all of my newsletters, they go to updates, right? Which I feel like they should naturally go to promotions, because let's get real. People send you fucking newsletters because they're trying to sell you something. Even if they're trying to build a relationship with you and help, the bottom line is they're staying in touch with you because they want to keep in touch with you because they want your money. I hate to break it to you. It's pretty much the truth, okay? So I really wish that those would go to promotions, but instead I'm moving them. The cool thing with Gmail is that when you do move something through a computer, you can't do this with a mobile app, but when you're on an actual computer, when you move one email over, it will ask you if you want to do it with all the future incoming messages from that person, and it will say yes. So, one way around that would probably be smarter than the way I do it, is for updates to be for these newsletters, and for promotions, you know, move your important bills and stuff to promotions, which I don't know, whatever. It's just one of those word things, right? And then the inbox being used for your like one-to-one communications with people. So for me, I've got my business email, and I use that for my one-to-one interactions with my clients for really important messages, and or my coaching clients where we're keeping in touch on a pretty regular basis, so I don't miss those. And in my personal, it's my personal emails with my friends and family. So those are 2 steps that I take to manage my email, because if I didn't, I would fucking lose my mind. Really. I mean, maybe not really, but I'd feel like it. And I just wanted to suggest those things. Even though it does take some time up front, it can really make your everyday life easier. Something else that I do is I do not get notifications for every email I get. I do not get notifications for Messenger. Like, I pretty much just get my text messages. And that's the only notification I get, with the exception of my phone ringing, because that's what I can keep up with. I would go crazy if my phone was binging every 5 seconds that I got something. Maybe that's turned you on. Maybe it feels good to have that happen. But if it doesn't, just turn it off. It's just a setting. Again, for those of you that have really busy lives and feel super stressed out because you have little time, take some time to put this time in up front. Get stuff organized. And your everyday life will feel so much better. If you have a friend who sends you texts that should actually be emails, let them know. Please contact me through email. I'll check it regularly. Or if you need to be a person who talks on the phone versus texting, just let people know what works for you. They'll probably appreciate the energy that's going back out to them. And what I mean by that is, if you are continuing on with somebody else's mode of communication that doesn't work for you and you're frustrated, every time you send them that message, you're also sending with them, like, thank you for saying this and blah, 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 but also fuck you. It's silent, but it's still there. And that stuff does affect people. So personally, I think it's a little bit better to just have a conversation, like an adult conversation, and say, you know, I'm really sorry, this isn't working for me. Can we negotiate something? Because at least it's on the table and it's talked about. And maybe they have a really good reason why they're not meeting you where your needs are, and you understand why. And therefore your anger or frustration over that dissipates. I have to say, I'm not really saying that so much from personal experience, because I'm pretty direct with people. I'm saying that more so in observing other people who will smile up front and then, like, get pissed off and, you know, complain afterwards, which I feel like is a really, really strong number of people in our population. I feel like it's my mission in life to sometimes convert people to just be more honest about how they feel with love. So those are just a few suggestions that I wanted to make in regards to bringing your stress down, you know, on a day-to-day level, that can make your life hugely different and decrease your stress, which is going to make you a healthier person, mentally, physically, spiritually. Like, no joke. It's no joke. And sometimes it's the little insidious tiny things that are kind of always gnawing away at you, that get to you more than anything else, right? And when you can decrease that and you can breathe into it more and kind of have some sighs of relief, you are kind of like changing your energy field, right? And or changing your life, right? Proactively. So, yeah, hope that's helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.